Muy buena gente, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Aquí estamos nuevamente con Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Y bueno gente, les quiero comentar que hice una misión secundaria, la de los barcos, una misión que agarramos en Ática, perdón, tenía el micrófono lejos. Eh, una misión que agarramos en Ática y era matar 5 barcos piratas. Bueno, la hice fuera de cámara porque bueno, una batalla en en barco no es muy emocionante. Y bueno, ahí tenemos a Barnabás con su borrachera constante. Y bueno, gente, vamos a ir full historia. Vamos a ir full historia. El juego va a ser larguísimo, se nos va a hacer larguísimo. Y bueno, tenemos que... Esto me imagino que durante, a medida que vayamos haciendo misiones principales, conseguiremos la otra parte, el otro fragmento. Pero tenemos que volver aquí a donde está, aunque no me lo marca en el mapa, gente. Si yo hago seguimiento a esto, me dirá dónde estará la otra parte, el otro fragmento. Bueno, no lo sabemos. Bueno, y esta es la misión que les dije que tengo que entregar, que era matar, hundir 5 barcos piratas. También tenemos esta misión principal que tenemos que ir a la casa de Pericles y bueno, vamos a ir a la casa de Pericles, pero no vamos a ir en barco, ni en pedo. Lo que vamos a hacer es que vamos a hacer el viaje rápido por aquí. Ah, gente, también maté a dos. He tenido ciertos problemas con, con cuando subo los videos en los que hay una batalla con mercenarios. Me bloquean el video, entonces tengo que parece que hay una canción, un sonido eh, durante las batallas con los mercenarios que tiene su ID content y bueno, no, como que dice, me bloquean el video. Y lo que he hecho últimamente es que eh, pongo en silencio mucha parte de la batalla que hacemos con esto que hice estuvo de más porque simplemente con venir aquí Ática, también tengo que entregar la misión. Mira que hay uno que no hemos agarrado, pero bueno, nos basta con venir aquí a la estatua de Atenas e ir a la casa de Pericles. Ay, se me fue. Ah, bueno, que cuando hay una batalla con mercenarios, hay un tema que se llama Guard of, Guard of no sé qué cosa. Y bueno, me bloquean el video cuando lo subo a YouTube por el Content ID. Y bueno, lo que hoy, antes de comenzar a grabar, tenía 2 mercenarios. Bueno, en el último video, creo, no sé si vieron, habían 2 mercenarios que me estaban siguiendo. Y bueno, lo que hice fue, los maté. No fue muy complicado. El de level 18 sí fue un poco complicado. Y después hice esta misión de los barcos. Así que como son un poco tediosas, prefiero no grabarlas y no aburrir y no hacer la serie tan larga que va a llegar a 50 videos fácil. Pero entonces bueno, vamos a tratar de ir full historia, vamos a ver qué tanto podemos avanzar hoy. Y bueno, y tratar de que los videos no pasen de los 50 minutos, entre 40 y 50 minutos sería lo ideal, pues, para no hacerlo muy feo. Bueno, la misión, la casa de Pericles. ¿Dónde es que está? Me la marco ahorita. Está allá. 290 metritos. Bueno, vamos directo. A ver que le molesten. Yo no sé si de aquí esto puede hacer un salto. No. Pensé que podía hacer un salto de fe. Igualito soporta bastantes golpes. Bueno, vamos a ir full historia, gente, sí. Llevamos 20, ¿qué? 25 videos y Y siento que nos falta todavía un montón de historia.
No! Out!
¡Ay, ay!
Out!
¡Auch!
Malaka, out!
Mala. Residencia de Pericles. ¿Esto es Pericles? No. Está fallo el malparido, ¿no? No tiene dinero. Bueno, gente, me perdonan por los ruidos externos. Pero bueno, tengo un perrito por allá, están mis hijas por allá jugando, así que bueno, no queda de otra.
Kassandra, it's you!
Phoebe,
You promised we'd see each other again, and now we have.
I also said stay out of trouble.
Which I have. Okay, almost out of trouble.
¿Cómo llego aquí de
How
verdad?
did you even get here, Phoebe?
Well, I did make some drachmi working for Marcos.
So you paid someone to bring you to Athens?
Not exactly.
Phoebe,
I needed a drachmi for when I arrived. I couldn't use it all to leave, and I didn't want to wait any longer. So I sneaked on a ship. Don't worry, nobody saw.
I just can't believe you made it.
I don't remember much of Athens from when I was a baby. But every once in a while, something feels familiar. It's nice.
Bueno,
I can't believe you're here.
Me either. I can't believe we both made it to Athens. It's so much different from Kefalonia.
But what are you doing here?
I'm here to get you ready. I have to make sure you leave all your weapons and change into these clothes.
So you somehow work here? For Pericles?
No, for Aspasia.
I don't understand why I have to change.
It's just what you do here. I felt weird at first, but you forget about it pretty fast.
And my weapons?
Don't worry, I'll take care of them. You don't want to scare people in there.
Well,
no confío en la
how is
niña.
it you're working for Aspasia?
Well, I did get into a little bit of trouble after I got to Athens. I may have been a leader of a small group of orphans that tried to cheat Aspasia. We didn't know it was her, though.
And you convinced her to hire you?
No, she asked me on her own.
That was lucky. I think I'm ready to go in.
You can't. Not like that, anyway. The Athenians like it best when you try to fit in. But don't worry, I have just the outfit for you.
Está raro. No me cambiaré de ropa.
There's no way I'm wearing that.
But if you don't,
I mean it, Phoebe.
you have to leave your weapons here, though.
Fine.
Siempre rebelde.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Is that everything?
You're all ready to go in. Don't worry, you've done scarier things than this.
I'm struggling to think of any right now. Are you sure I can't keep just one weapon with me?
No weapons. Now hurry and go in. Oh, and don't leave without saying bye. You just got here. You can't leave already.
Esto está muy raro.
Here, Kassandra. The mighty mercenary and traveler has finally made her grand entrance. Only slightly late, too.
Herodotus! Athenians have no problem letting me know when I'm not welcome. It's a relief to see your friendly face.
Don't let the company here tonight intimidate you.
I won't.
Pericles is no king. He needs these guests to love him so that the people love him. And they, in turn, need Pericles. You're no different from any of them.
Do you really think these people will help me?
Perhaps your individual fashion sense would get their memories working. Now then, let me introduce you to everyone. They may not look it, but this group holds the way to the future on the tip of their opinionated tongues. Ah, Sophocles and Euripides, for example. Two of the most celebrated playwrights to date. No one can throw stones as far as they can. They appear to be locked in some kind of intellectual struggle, as is their way.
He's a writer of comedies, of all things. Comedies, Euripides.
I've heard of Sophocles. In my line of work, it pays to know who the richest and most famous men are.
Hermippos has also written his fair share of comedies.
You should drink more.
Lately, his attitudes have garnered him more notice than his works. However, the fellow beside him, Protagoras, is a sophist worthy of as much praise as the great Socrates himself.
Ya habíamos
Fighting
visto.
Socrates seems like a good way to ruin everyone's night. I'm surprised they would let him in the door.
Oh, don't let Socrates get under your skin. At least he wore shoes for the occasion. And the poor thing gesticulating like an ape is Thrasymachos. If you listen closely, you'll notice he and Socrates are actually arguing the same points. But the wind from his wild gestures deafens him to critique.
That isn't at all what I mean.
Where is Pericles?
Oh, he never attends his own parties. Which reminds me, there's something I need to get his help with.
Vile Socrates, always appearing where I least expect him. Warrior, protect me from his amorous gaze. Oh, Alcibiades, this is not a time for jealousy, but for love.
Qué buena borrachera. Como decimos nosotros, qué buena pea.
Let's not use Alcibiades as an example. Be good and don't drink too much.
Mierda.
So, tell me, what does a Mystios like you think of a party like this?
Lo mío son las peas.
This is going to be a long night. Party should be about vomiting up blood, not vomiting up poetry. These people are so clean.
Sí,
If
claro.
these guests aren't to your own unique tastes, then just focus on why you came here in the first place.
Thank you, Herodotus.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Pericles is here somewhere and I need to prepare him. If he's alone, I'll tell him what your brother said.
Agreed. Pericles needs to know. I'll stay here and look for clues.
I hope they know something about your mother.
Me too.
Bueno. A ver. Podemos ir directo al punto.
Someone's being hurt.
Había una
Open
cabra.
this door or I'll kick it in!
Don't mind her. She likes to watch. Look at you. Such authority. Such aggression. I can see why Pericles has taken such an interest in you. Did you come to join us?
It sounded like someone was in pain.
Well, it can sometimes be hard to distinguish between sounds of pleasure and pain. Had I
Como
known
una
you were
cabra ahí.
going to knock, I would have left my door wide open for you.
Vamos a ver
This
qué
party
pasa.
was tame even by Athenian standards. Until now.
Let them have their meeting of the minds. I'm more interested in meeting other parts.
Ali, we're out of oil again.
Ali?
You know they like you when they give you a pet name. There's more olive oil in the kitchen, but Aspasia keeps complaining about me walking unencumbered through her symposiums.
You mean naked?
It sounds so good when you say it.
¿Qué hacemos? A ver,
I
vamos a
only
preguntar.
came to this symposium to find someone.
Sounds like we can help each other then, doesn't it? You fetch us a bit of oil, I help you find who you're looking for. Maybe they're in here.
She's not in there.
I think I'll check all the same.
After your display earlier, it's probably safer I get the oil.
Obedient, too. I knew I liked you. Don't take too long. If you don't get the oil soon, all our fun will end.
Ay, mierda. Vamos a ir para acá abajo. Vamos a buscar el aceite.
Yes, you come and talk to this infuriating air-bladder. I've had my fill.
Perhaps later. First, explain to me your point again. And so it isn't the rich and powerful, but the gods who are the source of justice?
I only use these terms, war, gods, civility, etc., in context of what we can observe. I can see soldiers fighting, sure, but does that really bring me any closer to understanding war?
Amistios? At this party? Well, at least you're someone new to talk to.
Hablemos.
Sure, we can talk. What about?
Before Protagoras changed the subject, we were talking about the next great leader of Athens, Cleon.
¿Qué hago?
I saw Cleon talk at the Pnyx. Even for a politician, he's scum.
Bah, you sound like every other blowhard in this place. Cleon is a champion of the people, and he's ready to tear down Pericles' elitism.
I take it you and Pericles aren't friends.
Hardly. Hermipos led the Tsars to have Aspasia ostracized and to see Pericles stripped of power. Not that it worked.
Yet, Pericles is the past. He's more worried about losing a few precious statues than he is fighting and winning the war. Cleon will rule this city and return it to greatness. Mark my words.
I'm looking for clues to help me find a woman. She was Spartan.
Looking and finding are quite different things, wouldn't you say? I could observe a priest offering sacrifice to the gods, but does that mean, in so doing, that I have myself found God? Or...
Oh, forget it. If you're an ally of Cleon, why would Pericles invite you?
You're not from Athens, outsider. Here, we keep our enemies closest of all.
Bueno,
Why isn't
necesitamos
Aspasia
saber
here?
dónde está esta mujer.
Can you be certain she isn't? To observe her presence is still no guarantee that she is here.
In my opinion, it's just like her to cower in the shadows while we stand out here in the light.
This has been
Pardon.
useless. Chiere,
What? No! Have you been listening to nothing I say?
No me quiero imaginar que sea la... Perdón, la madre.
Amistios? Here? I suppose they've sent you to mock me for my fight with Euripides.
I've seen lots of fights. That wasn't one.
I really made a fool of myself this time, didn't I? I'm Sophocles, though I'm sure you knew that. And you are?
I am looking for information that'll help me find someone. A Spartan woman.
A Spartan woman in Athens. Sounds intriguing. Though, if you expect me to notice someone other than myself, you expect too much. You could talk to Euripides. He's the second most worldly man here. That pediculous Xanthodontus exophthalmic Morosov. But he doesn't talk without a drink.
I have no idea what that meant.
No, you don't.
So we get him drunk and he talks. He sounds more Argive than Athenian.
Impressive, foreigner. Euripides is from Argos.
All right. If nothing else, this party could use the help.
You'll need to pick the right wine for this task. The kitchen should have what you need. Let me know when Euripides is done in, and I'll slip away unseen.
Pendejo que no es.
How do you know Pericles?
I believe you mean to ask me, how does Pericles know you? I'm the greatest dramatist in the land, mentor to Euripides, lover of Asclepios, father of theater, and so on, and so on.
I'm sure it's a real honor to have you hiding in his kitchen.
Claro.
You're awfully worked up over Euripides. You sure you're just friends?
I'm never just anything, foreigner. Though I confess, Euripides and I hold a bond deeper than brotherhood. Why he slams it with a banal young plaything, Aristophanes, I will never know.
Entiendo.
I'll get the wine.
Medio puto el tipo.
Wonderful. Now, if you want some friendly advice, Aristophanes cannot stand sweet wine. I've seen what it can do to him. Absolutely, horrifyingly delightful.
It wouldn't be a party without someone losing their stomach. I'll let you know if your plan worked.
Bien, aquí, vino.
You shouldn't be in here. What do you want?
I'm here for your sweet wine.
Yes, take it. But get out of my kitchen. I'm very busy, you know.
¿Qué es esto? Agarré cualquier cosa, creo. Hello. A ver. ¿Con quién tengo que hablar? Aquí.
Amistios in Pericles' abode? I never thought I'd see the day. You must have seen me doing my impression of Hermipos. I call it the dejected weasel. Tell me, what does it think?
I am called many things. It isn't one of them.
What do you call yourself then? Creature of many names?
Kassandra.
I wouldn't peg you as a Kassandra, but never mind. I'm Aristophanes, and this man is Euripides. Oh, go on. Introduce yourself.
I'm Euripides.
For a playwright, you're not much for words.
Good men lead quiet lives, as old Euripides likes to say. Don't you, Euripides?
When I need to relax, I start a fight. For you, though...
Quickly! Bring him some wine so that he might say something clever.
After my argument with Sophocles, I think I'd rather keep my head clear.
A ver. Aquí.
I'm Pericles' new servant. I'd be happy to bring some wine.
An Athenian servant, you. And these are wine-pouring muscles.
I was a rower on Pericles' ship where he took pity on me. Now I pour wine for people who question my word. And his.
I wasn't questioning, perhaps one drink.
Le damos de beber
Let's
primero
conjure Dionysos, shall we?
para que hable.
This is pure swill.
Amateur.
In my day, this would be considered nectar of the gods.
Bien.
Another round.
Pericles has invited all of you here for some reason.
Either we dine here and praise Pericles, or we dine with Cleon. But Cleon has all the charm of a typical politician. A horrible voice, bad breeding, and vulgar manners.
Otra
Ready
copa.
for more?
Lo mira así como que hable, hijo de puta.
Yeah, I can hardly stomach this pig's piss.
I could outdrink both of you with one hand. Let's have some more.
Why don't you just apologize to Sophocles?
It's he who should apologize to you.
Sophocles is a friend, and one good friend is worth an entire family. He just needs time to recover from his outburst.
You ready for another?
Me gusta la mirada de Kassandra.
This wine is terrible.
I like you. Who brought you here?
I brought myself. I'm on the trail of a woman who fled Sparta a long time ago.
Fled? Why?
She lost 2 children. She had no choice.
She fled to heal a broken heart. Euripides, write her into a play.
I've heard Spartan mothers go to a sanctuary in Argolis to beg Asclepios for his divine pity. I should know, it's my home.
After what she went through, I'm not sure she'd trust priests.
Then she sought my friend, Hippocrates. He's a physician, best of the best. He still keeps his office in Argos. If she went to him for help, there's no doubt he'd have given it.
I love getting drunk and singing. Come back if you want to sing with me.
I'll think about it. Hippocrates in
Yeah.
Argos. Here I come.
Bueno, aceite. ¿Dónde conseguimos aceite? Podemos hablar con este otra vez.
How's Euripides? Drunk, I hope.
You can stop hiding in here. Euripides won't notice you coming out. He won't notice anything.
Hiding? Heed this. War has come to Athens. First they take our homes, then they take our heads. I intend to be found with at least my dignity intact. Or what's left of it anyway. If you see Pericles, tell him I said thank you for another colorful evening.
Empina el codo. A ver. ¿Dónde estará esta mujer?
You're back.
I'm looking for clues to help me find a woman. She was Spartan.
Looking and finding are quite different things. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, forget it.
Bueno, no hay
This
nada
has
nuevo
been-
para hablar. ¿Dónde está metido? ¿Afuera? Aquí.
Thank you for your help, my friend.
El aceite no tengo ni idea de dónde buscarlo. ¿Por qué no puedo saltar? Ese Heródoto. Pero, ¿cómo llego ahí arriba? Que no puedo saltar, no puedo, no me deja brincar, carajo, o sea, no tengo el control de todo. ¿Qué mierda es esto, pues?
You just got here. You can't leave already.
¿Qué hace la gente metida en un baño? La gente de esta época era medio rara, ¿no? Mostrar misión cercana. A ver. Aceite. Sí, vamos a ver dónde coño está el aceite, a ver si me lo marca. 10 metros. ¿Ya lo agarré? Ah, sí, coño. Creo que fue lo segundo que agarramos ahí en la cocina.
Just can't stay away, can you? Did you bring the oil?
You've grown up in Pericles' home, and yet you're so different.
No one is like Pericles, and he's only slightly more serious than usual, too. Athens is under siege, and he worries for her future. Which is why tonight is a fine time to celebrate what may be our last taste of freedom.
Medio raro
When
este
you
tipo.
walked in, you seemed like you and Socrates were...
How I wish you were right. One day we will have that man in here with us. I promise you that.
Bueno, toma tu aceite.
I come bearing gifts.
We're saved! Today, these women grieved for their sons, and these men worked the wall. But tonight, we forget all of that. Let's have some fun! What do you say? Care to join us?
¿Qué hacemos, gente? Ah, vamos a darle.
Time for some fun. You'll have to help me get out of my clothes.
Gladly. If you like, we can feed them to the goat.
La cabra sigue ahí. No sé si esto es lo que voy a hacer, pero bueno, tenía que intentarlo.
Now, it's time for you to help me, Ali. I'm looking for someone.
All business right until the end. I like that.
Focus. I'm looking for a woman who fled Sparta a long, long time ago.
Fled Sparta? No one flees Sparta. But let's pretend she did. If she were stupid, she'd be dead. If she were smart, she'd do what Aspasia did. She'd earn her independence. The smartest and most resourceful women I've ever met have been in Corinthia.
Theatera. I've heard they play some sort of role in Corinth, but I assumed it was the same as any other city.
Oh, no. These women are unlike any other you'll meet. A force, and the only ones there with any smarts. Ali! Come back inside! Oh, the celebration continues. When you reach Corinth, find Anthusa. No one goes in or out of the city without her knowing. Until we meet again, warrior.
Antusa.
Anthusa in Corinth. It's not much, but it's a start.
¿Qué sé yo? Vamos a ver. ¿Listo? Vamos a hablar otra vez con este tipo.
Ah, if it isn't the one who agrees that knowledge is most important.
I think we agreed our use of that knowledge couldn't be more different.
Ah, you remember. Perhaps our conversation can continue.
You really intend to use this young destruction to avoid the point being argued?
If you've been arguing this long and you haven't agreed yet, just give up.
We're discussing the nature of rulers. Where better to do so than here? I'll ask you the same question I asked Thrasymachos. Would you agree that the act of ruling is an art?
It is an art, as all worthy undertakings are. That is not up for argument.
Yet, medicine is for the betterment of the patient, and not the physician. Carpentry improves the building, not the builder. Then, is the art of ruling not for the betterment of the ruled rather than the ruler?
Don't be absurd!
Sí,
This argument between you two is pointless.
Perhaps. How do you define art?
I'm not getting dragged into this.
Very well. Answer this. Does the artist not give form and symmetry to her subject?
Well, yes.
Laws and justice do much the same for people, do they not? And is there any better way to communicate the story of a people than by revealing its customs and laws? If yes, then ruling, and thus justice, must be an art, as Thrasymachos says.
If you say so.
Aspasia.
¿Dónde está? Es la mamá. No. Ah, no.
You shouldn't be too hard on Socrates. He really has a brilliant mind, even if he comes off a little strong.
He isn't always like that, is he?
Ah, Phoebe. Pericles has retired to the balcony already, has he? His ability to sneak off and sulk is second to none.
I can go get him, and Kassandra can help. Everyone listens when she talks.
That'll be fine. Run along. Kassandra will be right behind you.
¿Ya?
Now, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Aspasia. I had to go to great lengths to cover up your work in Megaris.
I did what I had to, and I'd do it again. I make no apologies.
We do what we have to survive, and there's no shame in that, believe me. You make an interesting choice, Kassandra, in not dressing to fit in.
Fit in? Fancy clothes wouldn't help me fit in. Your Athenian chitons are strange to me.
You never really get used to them. It seems we have the attention of the entire room without a single eye being fixed on us. If you'd like to talk, do it now, and do it discreetly.
I've been searching for a woman
Directo.
named Myrine, my mother. I think she may be in danger, and my search brought me here.
What clues do you have to her whereabouts?
A physician named Hippocrates may have seen her in Argos.
He's a good man. If you find a woman named Agathi there, do let her know Aspasia sends her regards. What else?
Alcibiades gave me the name of a woman in Corinth.
I'm sure he did. My dear friend, Anthusa, is the only one I know who's enjoyed a life in Corinth through legitimate means. Mostly legitimate, anyway.
That's all I have.
There is another option. In a former life, when I needed something done or someone found, I contacted a friend. An admiral of a sort.
What's his name?
Her name is Xenia. When we last spoke, she was in chaos. A word of caution. When you go to her, be on your guard. Sea life makes a monster out of most people.
Thank you, Aspasia.
When you're done, return here. Together, we will find who you're looking for. Now do me a favor and get Pericles to come down here and greet his guests.
Bueno, tenemos pistas sobre para nuestra mamacita. Hay varios lugares para donde ir porque, a ver, este tipo de aquí nos habló de Corinto, y la otra de Zeus. Así que bueno, vamos a ir por aquí. A ver. Tengo que ir escaleras arriba. ¿Dónde coño es? Aquí está. Coñita tu madre.
Just got here. You can't leave already. You just got here. You can't leave already. Oh.
A ver. ¿Será que ahora sí puedo hablar con este tipo? Sí. Un capítulo de mucha charla, de mucha historia. De mucha recopilación de información, de datos.
I don't recall sending for you, Miss Theos. Phoebe shouldn't have let you in here.
Aspasia told me to come find you. She wants you to come down to the party.
She says I don't interact with our guests enough. But these parties aren't for me. Technically, you're a guest. If you join Herodotus and me, that should be enough for her, don't you think?
You really don't want to go downstairs, do you?
When your days are spent speaking in front of crowds, you begin to crave these moments of silence.
Or as silent as I let it be, at least.
Bueno, vamos a buscar pistas.
Phidias was awaiting trial, but you had me get him out of Athens. I figured you, of all people, would want to follow the law.
Phidias is a very dear friend. I didn't want to risk him being found guilty. And of course, there were other threats.
So you knew?
I know he's delusional, but one day when you have a friend you'd do anything for, you'll understand.
Bien.
I don't understand why you had Anaxagoras ostracized. Socrates said he was your friend.
I won't risk the lives of those close to me if there's something I can do about it.
So you did this to protect him?
Anaxagoras understood my fears. 10 years may be a long time, but at least he'll be safe.
Bien.
Why send Emetiochos to the fishing district if it's dangerous?
I would never have sent him into danger willingly.
It seems you have many loyal friends.
My people are important to me.
Pero a su manera, ¿no? Hace las cosas muy raras.
Your life is in danger.
Yes, Herodotus was saying. This cult doesn't worry me. I have my life threatened by far worse people every day. My true concern is Athens. I fear for her future.
The Spartans aren't your real concern, Pericles. The cult is coming, and they're bringing their strongest weapon.
Listen to her, Pericles.
The Spartans are immediate. A cult's threat is ambiguous.
I'm related to one of the cult members, and I believe him when he says they're coming after you.
Sound counsel to consider. I'll be sure to let my men know, regardless.
Aspasia sent me to see what's taking you so long.
Tell Aspasia I'll be right there. I suppose this is where our conversation ends. Thank you again for helping me. I hope my guests are able to help you in your search.
Time will tell.
Bueno, tenemos varios lugares para ir. Ahora sí podemos irnos para el carajo. Vamos, let's go. Lo que me molesta es que tenga que ir tan lento. O tenemos que hablar con Aspasia. A ver.
I'll help you however I can during your travels.
You look tired.
Only of conversation. I think that's the most talking I've ever done.
See? You didn't need the weapon after all. Are you leaving?
I've had enough Athenian hospitality to last me a lifetime.
You get used to it. It's nice. What are you going to do now?
Corintia sería un lugar.
There is a woman in Corinth I'd like to talk to.
I've heard about that place from Alcibiades. He says you don't go there to talk.
Alcibiades says a lot of things.
He sure does. Before you go, I heard something from Aspasia. About Kefalonia.
What is it?
She said there was some sort of plague. You don't think... My friend, the blood fever.
Don't think like that. Whatever happened on Kefalonia isn't our fault. I'll go myself and find out if this plague even happened, okay?
Okay. Thanks. I knew I could count on you.
Podríamos dar una vuelta por Cefalonia también. Un capítulo diplomático.
Not going to beg to come along this time?
Nope. I'm happy here. And this isn't Kefalonia. That means you'll be back.
That's very true.
Plus, I really like working for Aspasia. She says she has a mission for me.
I'll see you soon, Phoebe.
Bye, Kassandra!
Bueno, gente. Capítulo bastante de 6700 de experiencia. Bueno, gente. A ver, gente. Ahora, ¿qué tenemos que hacer? Vamos a ver cuáles son nuestras misiones principales. Las voy a ir marcando. A ver. Isla del Infortunio. Conoce a la pirata Xenia. Esto fue lo que nos dijo Aspasia. Bueno, este es de mejorar la lanza. Y aquí es la de... A ver, ¿cuál es esta? Se rumorea que un médico llamado Hipócrates posee información sobre el paradero de Mirrina. ¿Esto dónde es que tenemos que ir? Argos. Ah, aquí también nos hablaron de esto los otros dos borrachos a que le dimos el vino. ¿Y esto qué es? Investiga el de Corintia en busca de Antusa. Ok, está bien. Esto está muy... de Atlántida. Level 41. Bueno. ¿Cuál hacemos, gente? Tenemos esta de 17, 19... Podemos hacer esta primero. Tenemos que ir a buscar por la pirata Xenia. Y ver dónde estará en el mapa. ¿Dónde carajo estará? Andros. No, en Andros no está. Ah, mierda, no lo veo aquí en el mapa. Bueno, vamos a entregar esta misión. O la entrego yo fuera de cámara, gente. Ah, miren, tenemos estos dos puntos. Podremos ir a matar a estos dos. Estaremos aquí cerca. Nada mal, nada mal. Bueno, conoce la pirata Xenia. Xenia está en la isla de Zeus. Vamos a ver, gente. Vamos a marcar la isla de Zeus. Delos, Mykonos, Paro, Kos, Samos, Anafe, Mesara. Ay, ¿dónde está Zeus? Gente, no lo veo. A lo mejor lo tengo aquí sobre mis narices y yo no veo un carajo. Hidra... Ah, aquí mismo está, ¿ves? Y de paso hay un cosito de esto. Bueno, gente, vamos a ir para acá. En el siguiente episodio vamos a ir para acá, para esta isla. Yo voy a conectar esta atalaya y entregar esta misión. Lo voy a hacer fuera de cámara, gente. Y bueno, nos vemos en el siguiente episodio de Assassin's Creed Odyssey, gente. Un capítulo de mucha diplomacia. Así que bueno, gente, nos vemos. Chao, hasta luego.